Hi, hey there, I'm Jen Rice, and I wanted to talk about fear today. And I was actually going to do a video on a different subject today, which I'm going to save for later because this just kept coming forward to me, and I felt like, okay, I need to go ahead and put it out there when I feel that way. So, you saw the title was 3 Ways to Overcome Your Fear Immediately. And this subject came up last weekend. I was in Orlando at a training with a coach, my coach, Ray Higdon, who he teaches a lot of network marketers, professionals to really, help them better their business. But one thing that came up for me was this subject of fear. And I had shared a little bit with a group. There was about 45 of us, and I had shared just some things that were going on with me in my business, how I had achieved success in my home business, and then for some reason I was just feeling a little bit more doubtful, more worried, more fearful, really. And so he had some great tips for me, and I also wanted to share, some other things that I was reading in Entrepreneur Magazine about really the 3 things that we can do to help us overcome our fears. Because really, what fear does is it holds back our success. It's normal to have a little bit of fear, but it's not normal to have a lot of fear, right? So we can actually, the first thing we can do is we can actually rewire our brain. So how do we do that? Well, we can do things like mantras, like affirmations. I loved Ray's trick though. He said, he does this every time, even like before he goes to speak somewhere, or maybe before something really important that he wants to do. He'll envision this suit, like a kind of like an armor suit in front, and it's out there in front of him, and he basically envisions himself stepping into it. So he goes into the suit, and the suit is on, and he's in an armor suit. Hey Christina, thanks for jumping on. I really appreciate you being here. Hey Sheena. So I'm talking about a powerful visualization that I learned last weekend to help overcome fears. And this can be fear of public speaking, talking to someone new. Maybe you don't like going to the dentist. That would be me. You basically, so he says, you picture this suit. It's like an armor suit. I mean, certainly it's your visual, so you can make it any kind of suit you want, or maybe you want to get even more creative with it. But essentially, you step into it, it envelops you, and you are in it. And so you are in this powerful suit that can carry you forward, and so you're protected, but you're more powerful. And so he uses this visualization. It's worked amazing for him. I started using it since this weekend, and I really love it. So if it's helpful to you, please by all means use it. I think for me I really think it's been almost life-changing because I've started to use it for just various things. Yeah, like a safe zone, exactly. So stepping into the suit is one thing, affirmations, mantras. And the second thing you can do is have a plan. So what happens is, and I know this happens for me, fear begins to take over when we really haven't had a very good plan together. Maybe I didn't plan out my how I was going to tackle my work that day, and sort of the day unraveled, and then I become more fearful, worried, doubtful, all of that kind of cascading, right? So having a plan so that when the fear creeps in, you're like, oh, I have a plan. So there you go. Third thing we can do is do something every day that scares us, because the more we do something that scares us, the less fearful we'll be. So whatever that looks for you. So stepping out of your comfort zone, like for me in my business, that might be, talking to someone new. For someone that is trying to learn maybe a new skill, maybe it's practicing that skill with someone. So I can relate with that. Having a plan is huge for me. Yeah, so the basis, they say, at least in this the article that I'm citing too, talks about when we don't have a plan, that fear just starts to really just develop for us, right? So the third thing was do one thing every day that scares you. So whatever that looks like for you, if it's doing a Facebook Live, if it's going out and meeting someone new, if it's, I don't know, all kinds of things can scare you, right? So let's just try to squash that. The more we do it, the better we'll get. It breaks barriers, and basically all these barriers are self-imposed, right? These are restrictions that we're putting on ourselves that aren't really, they're not real, right? There's something that we have made up. So I love Ray's tip of stepping into that suit. So cool. And if you guys found that helpful, please use it. And if you do something in particular that helps you overcome your fears, I'd love to hear that. Like I said, I was going to pop on and talk a little bit about, I've been learning a ton about female hormones and you know, hormone therapy and all this kind of stuff, and I thought, but it was weighing on me to come in and talk about fear today. So I hope this was helpful to someone out there, and it was of value. And if you liked it, please give me a comment and feel free to share it if you'd like. And I will, you know, I'm going to work on doing something fearful every day, so that I can push back on that fear and move forward. So I hope you guys have a great day, and talk to you soon.